Back-to-back papers, headlines spin. They shout his story.
What if I told you one man's week carried him from a quiet grave in Windsor to the laughter of sick children in London, to the scars of war in the Ukraine? This wasn't a celebrity tour. This was Prince Harry redefining what service looks like when you are stripped of royal privilege, but not of your purpose. Today, here at Majesty's Sussex Report, Redefining Royalty, we follow Harry's September journey, the causes, the family drama, and yes, the media circus that try to twist it all. Welcome. This is Majesty's Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us.
Then twisted again. They ask, will he visit? But the truth they hide. It's the Father who is King, who decides. The sun lays flowers where the Queen rests low. Quiet prayers in Windsor's shadow. He shows up strong with love to give, while the world debates how we should live. He's got a mission.
Harry arrived in the UK on September 8th, the anniversary of the passing of his beloved grandmother. This would be the third anniversary. His first stop was Windsor. Flowers for Queen Elizabeth II, a simple act, but heavy with symbolism. However, the UK media had a single obsession. Would he meet with his father, the king, or not? Framing it as if it was Harry's choice, when they all knew he didn't have a choice. It is the king's responsibility to invite Harry. Without that invitation, it wouldn't happen. But still, they framed it as if it were his responsibility, his decision to meet his father or not. And of course, they labeled all of it with cancer. Oh, the awful son who would not meet with his father, who is cancer ridden. What a way to frame it, when they know very well that that is not the truth. But let's just say, right here from the outstart, let's answer that question. Indeed, Prince Harry did receive the phone call from his father, the king, and he did meet with him. A private meeting with King Charles at Clarence House, 19 months without seeing his father. And there they were, face to face, just under an hour, we were told. No cameras, no briefing notes, no courtiers, spinning leaks, just father and son. At least that's what we hope. But let's be clear about something. This wasn't a PR stunt by any means. The tabloids salivated over reset headlines, but they ignored what Harry was actually doing in Britain. The real on-the-ground service. Well, Child marked its 20th anniversary. Harry has been their patron for 15 years, long before stepping back from royal duties. This isn't charity tourism, it's consistency. The evening honored children with complex medical needs, families who fight daily battles, the nurses who make home care possible. The story of Dylan Bleach stood out. Dylan won a Well Child Award in 2015. And him and his dad, Wellesley, recently ran the London Marathon together. Dylan has cerebral palsy, and Well Child has played a very important role in his life. If you noticed, he was the one that was selected to interview Prince Harry. And there was some news also. Dylan is expecting his first child, a son. So the two, the dad and the dad to be, had a good conversation.
Is it that Well Child has been going for 20 years?
It's really special. It's nice to see familiar faces, some old faces right from the beginning, and some new faces coming in to support.
What has been a highlight for you?
Obviously, just meeting the kids. I think just speaking to a couple of people before this who haven't been here before, they said, like, there are so many sad stories, and I said, but you're not going to hear a sad story, because yes, they are sad stories, but from their perspective, it is all about joy. It's all about living every single day the best that you can and making the most of it.
And what is it that you find so inspiring about them and their stories?
I've always said for many years that I still have a child inside of me, and I think all of us do. And being amongst these kids brings that out of me. I had a sword fight earlier, so it's with balloons, by the way. Just so we're absolutely clear.
I am actually expecting a child of my own. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So if you haven't done so already, start talking to him, because parenting starts before the baby's delivered.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely convinced by that. That the first time that they smile and the first time they laugh, that's probably the most special moment.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and thank you for joining me.
And congratulations in this role that you had.
Amazing. Congratulations. You always know when you sing a great interview that you see the person who is being interviewed, they forget they're on camera because they get so excited. They're enjoying talking. Yeah. There was a moment there where you had a question to Harry, and he was just totally engaged in the conversation with you. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt so natural. He's very much just a human being like me and you are. And once I'd asked my 3 questions about Well Child, he was talking about the unpredictability of the Well Child children and how, like he said, he's had a sword fight that evening and all of these fantastic and funny stories. And it just felt natural to then mention, obviously, that I'm expecting a son in a few weeks' time, and if he had any advice on that for me, and he gave some great.
There's your scoop.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. And what you managed to get was a real insight into Prince Harry as a dad.
Yeah.
Because he said parenting starts before the baby is born.
Yeah.
Talk to your child. And, that's part of sort of nurturing them, encouraging them. I mean, that is, that'll be picked up everywhere. Also, he's got it was a sad day for Prince Harry yesterday. Let's not forget, of course, the anniversary of his beloved grandmother's death, and he'd gone to lay a wreath. And also, he comes back under intense scrutiny because of the split within his own family. He says he can't bring his children back to the UK.
Yeah.
But of course, he's then able to talk with such love and affection about parenting, about the children at Well Child.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, I think Well Child brings the child out in him, and it reminds him of his children in a sense. So I think he enjoys the night to just be normal, forget about the problems that may be going on. He mentioned in his speech during the night that sometimes the darkness of the world can really swallow you up.
Okay, so hang on a minute. Like, really, hang on a minute. Are my ears deceiving me? Am I having, like, is that Susanna Reid and Ed Bolas? I mean, are they the same two people that are often condescending and gaslighting and have very little niceness for Harry and Meghan, and they're always convoluting whatever the issue is? Are those the same people being very friendly and actually making sense as human beings with some kind of intellect? Oh, gosh. I do I have a temperature? Because I think I might. Well, child, trained about 6,700 parents and caregivers just last year. That's not pageantry. That's survival for families. Harry's presence spotlighted them, not himself. And yet, what did the Daily Mail write? Family gossip. Not one headline about Dylan. That tells you everything about their priorities.
Quiet prayers in Windsor shadow. He shows up strong with love to give, while the world debates how we should live. He's got a mission, and he won't.
In Nottingham, Harry revisited the community recording studio, a hub where music meets mentorship. Alongside CRS, groups like Epic Partners, Himand, and Coach Core, are tackling poverty, youth violence, and lost opportunity. Harry's words were direct. When someone shares their lived experience, not from a textbook, but from their heart and their scars, it resonates in ways that create real change. And he's backing that up. He is investing £1.1 million with BBC Children in Need for projects like this. That's money, not lip service, my friends. But again, the tabloids. They wrote about Prince William not seeing him, as if teenage violence in Nottingham is less important than whether two grown brothers shake hand or not. Once again, where are their priorities? And then came a visit to Imperial College. At Imperial College Blast Injury Center, Harry met researchers tackling the world's most devastating injuries. Children in Gaza, in Ukraine, in conflict zones everywhere. Prosthetics, robotics, pediatric care is needed. With Save the Children and WHO, Harry announced 3 grants: Imperial Research into Child Prosthetics, WHO campaign to evacuate kids from Gaza, and Save the Children's humanitarian relief. About $500,000. Harry's words cut through. Behind every data set is a child in pain, in need of care, and deserving of a future. That's not politics. That's a man speaking from his heart, a humanitarian. And yet again, all the press cared about was whether or not he would see his father and whether or not William has snubbed him.
Charity to charity, watch the blessings flow. Let the gossip fly, let the tabloids sting. The sun stay steady while the father...
The Diana Awards, Decade of Youth Well-Being, brought activists together. Harry listened to young people describe activism as survival. Action heals minds. Here's reflection. Agency is not a luxury for young people. It is a lifeline. His mother believed that, and so does he. But in tabloid land, they wrote about an image reset, that he wanted to come back to the UK, so he was playing nice. Then London turned its attention skyward. The Invictus Games Foundation, Horizons event at the Gherkin, a summit of supporters, partners, and veterans, marking 10 years and mapping the next decade. This wasn't nostalgia, it was a launchpad. From 13 nations and 400 plus competitors at London 2014 to 23 countries and 534 competitors at Vancouver Whistler 2025. Spanning every inhabited continent, Invictus tested and proven a hybrid Winter Games helped spark Germany's first ever Veterans Day and welcomed Nigeria, the first African member, with an armed forces Invictus Center rising in Abuja. The headline isn't growth for growth's sake. It's systems change, local leadership picking up the torch and carrying it into policy, rehab, and community life. Horizons carried a sober refrain. Ukraine's need is unprecedented. 20,000 plus military amputees already, with estimate between 30 to 50,000 overall by year end. Roughly 300 new amputees daily. Europe hasn't seen injury on this scale since World War I. Invictus isn't a medal count. It's a recovery road, sport, rehab, community for a generation that lost limbs and nearly lost hope. In a world that monetizes outrage, the Invictus community is a rebuke. It proves that courage and dignity travel farther than flags, that you can sit a Ukrainian veteran and a British medic at the same table and speak one language, that of recovery. Harry moderated a conversation with Josh Bugchi, who nearly died 3 times since an IED blast, and David Wiseman, who still carries the bullet that ended his military career. Josh spoke about sport as oxygen when breath can run out. David spoke about purpose as he connected with Ukrainian veterans, prove that recovery recognizes no borders, that Invictus, the miracle, isn't winning gold. The miracle is wanting tomorrow. The mandate is blunt. Focus where need is sharpest. Strengthen the existing global community. Drive systemic change so any wounded, injured, or sick service member can find a route to recovery through sports and support. And yes, Africa is the next frontier with African Union momentum, urging chiefs of defense to follow Nigeria's lead. Horizons wasn't a victory lap, it was a rallying cry. Invictus is not just about the game, it is about showing the best of humanity. There is no wound, physical or invisible, that cannot be met with strength, dignity, and hope. Horizons also introduced Rob Owen as the foundation's new CEO, and in proper London fashion, well, Harry made a bit of a joke about being delayed because of the tube strike. The tube is the metro or the train on the underground. So he was late up to the gherkin before pivoting to what mattered the most: unity over division, recovery over rancor. Once again, thank you for being here. Every time you watch, comment, or share, it means more than you know. I pour my heart into this work because I believe in it. And clearly, if you're here, something brought you too, and it's not my pretty face. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Click that button. It's free, and it makes a real difference. And hit the notification bell so you will be one of the first people to be notified when something new and meaningful goes up. If you feel moved by what we're building, consider going a step further. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a membership option if you'd like to help us keep this going strong. It's like lighting a little candle for something you believe in. And whether you're here quietly or loud and proud, leave a comment if you can. It helps the message travel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And then, the move no one saw coming. Instead of flying home, Prince Harry headed to the Ukraine on September 12th, invited by Prime Minister Julia Sarondenko and the Superhumans Center. I do apologize if I mispronounced that name. The visit was coordinated, discreet, and focused on rehabilitation, not photo ops. He met roughly 200 veterans, laid a wreath at Maiden, joined a panel with Team Ukraine's Captain Olya Tunin. Again, please forgive me for mispronouncing your name. And Invictus David Wiseman, and sat down with the Minister of Veterans Affairs on concrete support. This is service with receipts. He spoke directly to families, the wives, mothers, partners who hold the line at home. And to veterans navigating the black dog of purposelessness, don't go silent. Let your people in. There's light if you ask someone to flip the switch. Across Windsor, Nottingham, Imperial, Horizons, and Kyiv, a single through line emerges. Not palace protocol, recovery. For kids who want home more than hospital. For teenagers who need a studio more than a courtroom. For veterans who need community more than platitudes. Okay, so we've got to talk about the media, right? We've got to talk about how they approached this past week and perhaps try and, I don't know, find some media accountability. Mind you, I don't think that's going to be very easy. So, looking at the Sun had this on one of their shows had this title, and the title is Harry moans the UK is unsafe, yet broadcast a Ukraine war zone visit. Hypocrite. Now, I don't know if the people writing this stuff are stupid or whether they think the people reading it are the stupid ones, so they write it that way for them. Because anyone with a little bit of gray matter still left in their brain or still functional thinker knows that the two things are different. Very, very different. And I love how these royal commentators and these other people with oh, there's stuff that's right at the tip of my tongue and then I have to stop myself because of like that is just rude. Well, besides rude, it's vulgar. But let me attempt to explain it a little bit. Okay. So Here's how this works. In Ukraine, Harry's visit was a controlled state operation. Okay? Controlled state operation. Armed vehicles, coordinated movements, vetted routes, a press kept in the dark until he is safe. It was security on the highest level, arranged with government and military backup. That's how it works. So when you talk about, well, how can you go to Nigeria and how can you go to Colombia? These places are more. Listen, you willfully stupid idiot, because the security that they receive when they go to these countries that they're invited to is a type of security that the head of state, the VIP person, receives, because that country does not want anything to happen to them. Right? So if that country, as some of you call them, whatever countries, is able to recognize that these are high profile people and that type of security is necessary, what's the problem with the UK? What's the problem? And don't come to me with your stupid explanation. Well, he stepped down. He's not a royal anymore. He is still a royal. He was born one. He will die one. Well, they stepped down. Well, who's actually working? That stupid phrase, the working royals. Who is actually working? Anne? Perhaps? So that is how security works when they go to another country, city, where they're invited by that government or institution. Now, in the UK, the situation is the opposite. Harry, automatic right to police protection was stripped away. He's forced into court battles just to argue for the option to pay for his own security. And this is not him being paranoid. People are already in jail in Britain for sending threats and planning to unalive him and his family. But I don't hear anyone in the tabloid media or conventional media talk about this stuff at all. It's like they pretend that none of this has happened. 6 Metropolitan Police officers were convicted for sharing racist, sexist, homophobic messages on WhatsApp, and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, featured in their disgusting exchange of texts. The former head of counterterrorism publicly came out before he stepped down and said Prince Harry and Meghan had the highest level of security threats on their life, higher than the monarch. Higher than the monarch. See, people think this is a joke. It's not a joke. And every day, every single day, sections of the UK press publishes abusive stories that fuel far-right hatred, some extremists. And these people have already said that Harry has betrayed his blood or his race, so they have to destroy him and his wife and his children. So when you clowns sit there and go, this is a very safe environment, I don't see anything wrong with it, we're going to come here and here. But he was, and that stupid idiot, the one with the, I don't see her doing the eye thing that much anymore because she was auditioning to be Tammy Faye Baker cousin or something. Well, when they invite him to stay in the castle, there's security there. He's the one who does not want the security, and he doesn't go to the castle. He's been invited to go to the palace, and he doesn't go to the palace because the palace. Oh, you freaking moron! You just these people. So there is that is the difference. That is why when he comes here, right, he doesn't want it to be announced. Now, what they've said, no, you need to tell us 30 days ahead. How can Harry trust a Metropolitan Police when that stuff was happening? Now, part of why he wants it is because they, as private security that he has, doesn't get access to up-to-date threats. So, folks, like, stop it. Stop it, really. I mean, the arguments against the security are so stupid. So stupid. It's mind-boggling to me. So the danger in the UK is constant, unpredictable, and often inflamed by the media itself. Compare that with a controlled, time-limited trip to Kyiv under armed escort. War zone security is not the same thing as walking out of a hotel in London while tabloids announce your location, what room number you're in. And the Sun knows this. They know this. Silly, silly people. Now, the next one that, and this was from the Daily Fail. The Daily Fail wrote, they're sort of pushing this argument that Harry is regretful and wants to reset the narrative. He wants to come back. He misses the UK. He misses London. He wants to come back. So their entire coverage was mainly about that and other stuff because they kept, I don't know, Kate learned how to put her hair in a ponytail. That was a big deal. I mean, I'm like, really? That is what you're praising her for? Okay. So they are pushing that narrative. And then you have these talk shows of people going, well, should he come? Well, no, he shouldn't. Blah, 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 and we shouldn't give him death. He chose to walk away. He's the one who stepped down. I swear to you, it's like collectively, all these people honestly believe that nothing happened prior to Harry and Meghan announcing that they were stepping down. Nothing at all happened. It was just all of a sudden, out of nowhere. All of the threats, all of the nasty, racist, chauvinistic, misogynistic articles and opinion pieces and all of that. None of it mattered. It's like it never existed whatsoever. So instead of concentrating on the good work that Harry was doing, an example, Child trained 6,700 people. Trained them in order to assist and help those kids. They did not, they concentrate on family drama. The whole bloody thing was, is he going to see his father? Is he not going to see his father? Harry has no power. What do you want him to do? Show up at Clarence's house outside the gates and goes, "Hello, Daddy. Hello, Pa. I'm here. Would you let me in? My name is Oliver." The king has to invite him. The king has to make the phone call and say, "I'm at Clarence's house. I'm available at this and this and this." Well, the king doesn't make the call. Most likely, one of the courtiers or his secretary or something makes the call. And they know this. They know this, but they frame it as if it's Harry's fault. And then they go into the cancer. Oh, his dad has cancer, blah, 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 blah. Someone the other day, I don't remember whom, but someone on television said, well, he has cancer and who knows how long he's going to live or, you know, and there I am listening to this person. I kept thinking, okay. This is gonna blow up in a minute. This is going to be a big scandal tomorrow. How dare he say, "I don't know how long the king is going to live because the king has cancer"? Not a thing happened. I'll tell you, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because now, my suspicion that this is targeted just at Harry is true. Crazy people. Crazy. And a lot of these medias also that is owned by the Murdochs. They were pushing the whole thing about what Harry's UK tour really means. What is his motive? I am telling you, I honestly believe, and I think now I can say I'm confirming. It's confirmed that I believe that a lot of the problems in United Kingdom is caused by their media. Media that is controlled by what, three people and does not exercise anything that is even close to being journalistic with integrity. It's all salacious. It's all, you know, I was watching this. I'm not going to name the person, but I've watched this person deteriorate. And right now, she looks like, she looks awful. And these tabloids still, they're hounding her. They still say these awful things about her. Now, I don't know what's true from what's false from what, I don't know. As a matter of fact, it doesn't, I don't care. But to see what they do, and they're relentless. They don't stop until, you know, it is the most vile, disgusting thing that media that exists in the United Kingdom. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Okay, I think I have parlé beaucoup. I've talked too much now. So I'm going to wrap things up by saying the monarchy is still in some ways inventing itself after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Harry, he's outside of it, right? Outside of that machine, is inventing something different for him and his family. A role that weds military honesty with humanitarian, right? So you can call it soft power if you want, you can call it hard compassion if you want. Look, what Harry did this past week was to really show the extraordinary mishap that the royal family and their courtiers did with the damage that it did to Prince Harry and Meghan. I mean, this guy is talented. He's comfortable. He has the heart and the soul of his mother. He can walk into any environment and not only be comfortable, but make others feel comfortable. He can play, sword fighting with balloons with kids in 1 minute, and then in the other be given a very serious speech. Because that comes naturally to him. Same to his wife. Meghan is so natural in the way she's caring and giving and considerate, and how she can move also from one thing to another very easily. Very easily. This is not some celebrity thing, right? This is the Sussexes finding the path to do the things they want to do it authentically, and without all this other noise around them. In a noisy week, the work spoke for itself. It really did. From Windsor's silence to a room where kids beat the odds every day. From a studio where a verse can keep a young person alive. From a lab stitching science into hope. Someone to be able to walk again. From a London skyline full of veterans to Kyiv, where courage is currency. That's not hypocrisy, my friends. The Sun can say what they want to say, but that's not hypocrisy. They can invite all the people they want to invite to sit on their shows and talk their nonsense. It's pure nonsense. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, are consistent and they're strategic. And they know what they want and are doing everything to achieve it with their authenticity, while building their business and through their philanthropic endeavors, helping people. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Majesty Sussex Report is pleased to invite you on September 27th, the Royal Investiture. 6 houses will be welcomed to the Royal Court. The House of Dittman, Daniels, Cedar, Sanders, the Arna, Royal Sussex. This is no ordinary live stream. It is a storytelling spectacle where music, memory, and imagination weave together. For those who have stood in the court for a year, original songs dedicated to them.
It takes time to shape a rare jewel. But when she arrives, the world knows. Black Pearl. She shines.
She don't rush, don't need to race. Took her time, now she owns her space. Years in the making, steady and wise. A diamond so.
This is Central Command. Johnson SSR will be in position to disembark in less than 10 traditional time. Confirm all stations ready. Station B18A confirmed.
All stations C, D, and E affirmative, confirmed. Ground welcome, confirmed.
Where silence used to speak in codes. But she does not knock, she does not wait, she opens space. She carries grace, the journey shaped the line she bears. Dusty photo album on the shelf, a younger version of my former self.
We hope you will be joining us Saturday, September 27th at 4 p.m. EST.
Well, I really do hope that you will be able to attend this special program next week, Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been working hard on it. Not everything is the way I would like it to be. I get very in my head about certain things, and I don't know, I'm making it as good as I can with the software the different softwares that I have. I mean, just put it that way. But I think it'll be fun. I think the music is fantastic. At least I love it. I know it's kind of weird to kind of go, yeah, I like the songs that I wrote, or I really like this one. But if there's something I don't like, I usually will not put it out there in the universe. So the music has a lot of meaning to me, and I hope that people do enjoy it. And the music is dedicated to those who have reached a year as part of the royal court, as a member of the channel. So it's pretty special, I think. I really hope you can make it. Oh, and one other thing, announcement. I finally decided to go with this particular site. So Majesty Sussex Report has a music store now. So I'll put the link in the description area. You can click on that link. It will take you to the store. And I don't have everything up yet, like all the music. I have some. You can go in there. You can click on any of them and listen to it. And it's digital. So if you wanted to purchase, it's a digital copy. So you basically download it, right? But the store is open. You can go and just listen to the music at any time you want to. And I thank you very, 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 very much for your continued support and for allowing me to be as creative as I want to be, and for being just great people. I thank you. All right. Take care of yourself, and it's been a rough week and a good week, and a lot of things are happening in the world. So take deep breath, my friends. Okay? Deep breath. Bye for now. Love you all. Mwah.
Back-to-back papers, headlines spin. They shout his story, then twist it again. They ask, will he visit? But the truth they hide, it's the Father who is King, who decides. Let the gossip fly, let the tabloids sting. The sun stays steady while the father wears the ring. He can't be bothered with the noise they bring. Eyes on the future, heart on the king. Well, childlike, young voices sing. He lifts them higher, he gives them wings. 1 million pledged in Nottingham town, building hope where pain's been found. At the Diana stage, he spoke her name. Her light still burning, her love remains. 3 grants given, hands reach wide, Invictus strong with wounded pride. The brother turned his head away. The wife suddenly worked that day. Yet the son kept walking through the storm, cool and calm, soldier born. It's not on him to force the door. The king must call. He can do no more. Then the call was made. The king gave word. Father and son, at last they stirred. 45 minutes, that's what the press said. But more was spoken in the silence instead. They thought he was flying back to the coast, but in Kyiv he rose, a soldier's host. He met the wounded, stood by their side. No empty words, just hope supplied. He moves with purpose, no need for show. Carries the spirit, only true kings know. He's got a mission, and he won't let go. Charity to charity, watch the blessings flow. Let the gossip fly, let the tabloids sting. The sun stays steady while the father wears the ring. He can't be bothered with the noise they bring. Eyes on the future, heart on the king. This week was loud, the cameras pressed, but he moved in purpose, gave his best. Cool as Motown, smooth and true. The sun keeps moving like so